Hello, NYWCites. I am the administrator of the NYWC message board, Robert Lottie. And no, you are not being deceived. This is a take two. April Rain 2018 was a great show from the NYWC Sportatorium. The action kicked off with a seismic six-way match as we saw returning to the ring King Mega defeat Absolute Alvin Alvarez, Jeff Cannonball, Pro Wrestling Maniac Joe Gacy, Kota, and Ultimo Maya. Originally, Apollyon was going to be in this match, but I don't know what led to him not being on the show. Next matchup was a case of NYWC's past against present. The Extricated's Bam Sullivan with Victoria Von Black defeated Dan Barry. Next up, Joey Conway comes out and he talks about what happened where he brought exotic dancers to the ring with Jesse Vane and Anthony Lacerra. Conway said he came to the curtain. He said that Willow Nightingale and Tara Calloway were disgusted. Conway said he apologized to Willow, but he wanted to apologize to Tara and ask her to come out. Calloway comes out and he apologized to her face to face, but then out comes Anthony Lacerra and Jesse Vane with an exotic dancer. I don't know if she was one of the same exotic dancers that appeared at Aftermath last month. And Lacerra and Vane had taken the microphone and they were insulting Calloway. And at that point, Lacerra dropped the microphone and we had pretty much a hot mic for the rest of the show. And the match was on, which saw Joey Conway and Tara Calloway defeat Anthony Lacerra and Jesse Vane, who are now calling themselves the Undressed Express. I think that's what they're calling themselves now. Up next in singles action, we saw the return of Tyler Murphy, who substituted for Devin Moore as Tyler Murphy defeated Aiden Bale. Next up in tag team action, we saw Nobody's Better, Michael Mastretta and Leo Blackstone defeat Jay Red and Irish. Next up, we saw Bull James defeat Sam Adonis to retain the heavyweight championship. It was intermission at that point in time. And we come back from intermission for a six-man tag team match, which pits Matt Striker, Tinder Tom, and the Man Bun Jesus, Johnny Radke, as they took on the Beer Belly Bandits, Spider, Bo Pritchard, and JT Kaysen. Early part of the matchup, we saw Bo put on a Cobra Commander mask, Spider put on an Ultimo Maya mask, and Kaysen put on an empty box of Miller Lite over his head for a mask. Also, Tinder Tom and Johnny Radke had their masks, lucha masks as well. And Matt Striker, during the match, decided to roll one up. And Striker, Bo, and basically it was a case of passing it around or whatnot, as Striker lit it up, smoked some of it, gave some to Bo, and even gave some to referee James Jumbo Man McGrady. And then and they were like wrestling in slow motion, seemingly. Then eventually, I forgot what else. Actually, Tinder Tom then pulled out a condom. He tried to use it on Spider, and Spider tried to use it on Tinder Tom, and then I think referee James Jumbo Man McGrady ended up getting it in his mouth. But the Beer Belly Bandits eventually pulled off the victory. Oh, I forgot to mention, Striker and Bo brought a Hershey bar into place, and I gotta say, that Hershey bar made me hungrier than I was when the match started. And I don't even smoke anything, not even cigarettes. Beer Belly Bandits picked up the win over Striker, Tom, and Radke. Up next, we saw Jack Castle accompanied to the ring by Crusher Dugan as he defeated the debuting Schlack. Next up in tag team action, Mega Muscle. The Man of Steel, Mike Verna, and the Big O defeated the Hand of God Talon and the Desolate One, Rex Lawless. Next up, we saw Flawless Blake Morris challenge Mouse for the Fusion Championship. During the match, they were really going at it. At one point, Victoria Von Black comes out and diverts the attention of the referee. Out comes Bam Sullivan with a kendo stick. He took a swing at Mouse, but he hit King Mega in the back. And then King Mega was going to go after Bam, and something happened where Jeff Cannonball eventually comes out, and they get into a bit of a brawl, and amongst the chaos, Mouse ends up pinning Blake Morris, and as High Society and the Extricated were pushing and shoving and arguing, they tried to chase Mouse, who ran out of the ring with the Fusion title, and he went underneath the ring, and then they even Victoria Von Black and Rick Cataldo got into a little scuffle to the point where Victoria ripped off Cataldo's wig. Next up, we saw a very competitive matchup where Willow Nightingale defeated Maria Manic to retain the Starlet Championship. And then the final match of the evening, we saw the Benson Bros team with the Punk Relics for 8-man tag team action against Brandon Watts and the Rep, Chris Bishop, Nate Carter, and Dave McCall. And due to some kind of miscommunication, the Rep and Brandon Watts defeated the Benson Bros and the Punk Relics. And after the match, Watts and the Rep went out the back door. And then the Bensons and the Relics started to have a little Pier 6 brawl all the way to the curtain to end the show. Now, it was personal notes time. Ooh, great seeing John Kerr, Shane, Forge, Jim Lundis. It's great meeting Kevin. I forgot how you pronounce your last name. And also meeting his brother Steven. Kevin, hopefully you'll be posting on the message board eventually. And hopefully Steven joins as well. Great seeing Steven Scogan. I think I noticed Chris and Oliver there. Didn't see Joey Dabari, or I didn't see him there again. Welcome back, Donnie, who hadn't been to a show since Psycho Circus. Great to see you, of course, my fellow NYWCites, Jessica and Leanne. I was hoping we could have gotten to do the recap together and do more, other than put out the results. Oh, great seeing Josh, John, and I forgot their friend's name. Definitely, let me look back. Hold on, folks. We did have some memorable quotes. Matt Stryker, when I said no way through my megaphone when he attempted to light one up. Is this thing on? How do you work this thing? King Mega, when he attempted to use my megaphone. Truth be told, sometimes that megaphone has a mind of its own, and sometimes it just coops out, even if the batteries are not dying. I'm not BSing on that one. Well, yeah, NYWC returns with Master of the Mat on Saturday, May 19th. And, of course, as the Master of the Mat tradition, there will be 2 new inductees into the NYWC Hall of Fame. But action-wise, I would like to see the following matches. I would like to see a 3-way match with the Benson Bros, the Punk Relics, and the Rep for the Tag Team Championship. I would like to see either King Mega and Flawless Blake Morris against Bam Sullivan, Jeff Cannonball, and Jeff Cannonball, or maybe King Mega, Flawless Blake Morris, and Rick Cataldo against Bam Sullivan, Jeff Cannonball, and Victoria. Wait. I'm sorry. Yeah, King Mega, Flawless Blake Morris, and Rick Cataldo against Bam Sullivan, Jeff Cannonball, and Victoria Von Black. Or all of High Society, King Mega, Flawless Blake Morris, yours truly, Alex Reynolds, and Rick Cataldo against the entire extricated Bam Sullivan, Aiden Bale, Jeff Cannonball, and Victoria Von Black. I would like to see more Victoria in the ring, truth be told. Okay, I'd like to see Mega Muscle take on Anthony Lacerra and Jesse Vane. Wow. I don't know. I'm not like really left for a loss of words here, folks, but I'm just can't really pinpoint what else I'd like to see for the next show. And this, I don't know if a record has been set for April Rain, but this year's April Rain had 12 matches, and despite that, the show ended at 9:49 p.m. Oh, I'd like to see a return match of J Red and Irish against Michael Mastretta and Leo Blackstone. now, okay. I wish I could. I would really like to do a Facebook Live video from the Sportatorium before the show starts, but due to a lot of things, I never really get around to it. Also, due to the last two individuals who still have not responded to their questions for their respective no punches pulled interviews, once again, I am contemplating taking down the message board. Because really, the No Punches Pulled interview series is what really kept the board burning, and people kept, reading and whatnot. So once again, I'm thinking of shutting it down. I know I said it would live on, but now I'm really thinking about shutting it down again. Kevin, who I met at the show, I know you said you never knew the message board existed, and I did tell you there was a link on NYWCWrestling.com. There's a link that says message board on the lower left corner of NYWCWrestling.com. It says message board. That would take you straight to the message board. Also, I still have flyers for the message board, and I just really don't have the heart to give them out, and because it's always chaotic come intermission and whatnot. And I really, I'm starting to miss doing karaoke at BK Grasso's, and I really wish I could go back there to do karaoke, because I do miss seeing Phil working the music, because he has a great sound system and all. And I really miss, doing karaoke out there. But, it's a pain in the butt. The taxi charges too much money to go from the show out to Grasso's. They got to take another cab from Grasso's to Bayshore train station, and the last train of the night is like 12:55 a.m. But while I'm on the subject, by the way, Olympic Diner on Deer Park Avenue, which I haven't eaten at in years, they do have some great food in there. They just don't have, they also have beer, but they didn't have Coors Light. So unfortunately, I, did not order any other beers there. I'm glad that Jessica and Leanne do want to eat there again. I don't know if we'll go there from now on after the shows to eat, because they got a great variety of desserts. Okay. Well, I mean, again, April Rain was a great show. Can't wait for Master of the Mat on Saturday night, May 19th. Be interesting to see if any titles will be on the line in the Master of the Mat match. I mean, last year, Bull James' heavyweight title was up for grabs. It'd be great to see the tag team titles on the line. And NYWC, it's been. I know you only did a Royal Rumble match only one time, and that's when Spike Dudley became the heavyweight champion. You know, I wish you would like maybe try to have your own name. I have a good name for it. If you ever tried, if you try to have like an annual show with a Royal Rumble match in it, because you know we know that Master of the Mat, Psycho Circus, and House of Madness, those are your three biggest shows of the year. I have a name in mind, you know, Shane and John, you can ask me about it. I would tell you the name. And also, while I'm on the subject of the two gentlemen who run the promotion, John, Curse, of course, you've met my cousin Edward. I don't know if you have ever talked to Shane about, because I know in the early days of NYWC, live bands would be in the ring performing. I don't know if you two gentlemen made that happen or if it was all Greg Stengel's doing in the defunct Deer Park Community Center. You know, that would be great if you could have, even if it's not Edward's band known as E3, or if you had like another local Long Island band, you know, perform in the ring before the matches get underway. I wish that I'd like to see that again. See a band perform in the ring before the matches start, or if at any time the bands want to like rent the place to perform. I think that would be something. But again, was a great show. And folks, NYWC rules.